Good stuff.
Good stuff. Like the song. Good, happy song.
I think it's less happy, more hopeful.
Yeah, good. I feel happy when I feel hopeful.
Well, I think it's
I know what you mean. It's encouraging.
It's encouraging, yeah, because, and I think it's, you know, we said we were going to do a brighter song this week. And
Things got brighter.
Things got brighter. Well, it is about being in a darker place and being hopeful for a brighter place.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, ties into, for those of you in the SLB book club, I guess.
SLB book club.
Yeah, I have started reading this book. I mean, literally today. And I don't know how it ended up with me. I think maybe Mom gave it to me to read. And if you didn't, Mom, then I want you to read it too. It's called Wintering, The Power of Rest and Retreat in Difficult Times by Catherine May.
And crunch.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I had a really good crunch last week.
Crunchy cookies.
Yeah. I tried to melt them. But
sorry for interrupting.
No, it's good. It's a really timely book for me because I love to read, and I have stacks of books, literal stacks of books that I want to read. And if anybody wants me to read something, they just kind of go and shuffle my stack of books around, our daughter being chief among them, and put the book that they want me to read on the top of my reading it now stack. Nice. So, and I'm usually reading 3 or 4 books at a time. One's in the go bag for when we're traveling and I have downtime. One's in the restroom. One's out next to the bed. One's next to the couch. And I'm not reading all the time, but I am in the middle of books fairly often. But I just started this one, and it's so apt for timing. And it's talking about winter being a season in your life, and everybody wants an endless summer. Everybody wants like this equatorial existence where things don't shift, things don't change. We don't need to go dormant. We don't need to rest. It's just ever fruiting, ever flowering, ever beautiful and sunny. And that's just not life.
No.
And it's encouraging so far. I'm like barely into it, but so far it's encouraging the preparation and acceptance of winter seasons. So like the animals gather food and get ready and grow a fur coat and get ready for a winter season. They're not trying to pretend that there's not going to be any winter.
Right.
They know how to store up so that they can be as comfortable as they can in the impending winters that come. Mm-hmm. And so she's talking about a lot of different human situations in the middle of grief, like we've been walking through, and how to weather your winter the best way. So again, like literally in the first, I think I just finished the foreword in the first chapter, but already so
feeling encouraged,
aptly timed, and like this song along with it, it's just like my life is therapying itself, I guess. But for the others in the book club, this is the Lucinda Williams book that I was talking about that I have now finished and Dave has started. Don't tell anybody the secrets I told you, Lucinda Williams. So that's what that looks like. And thank you for this book. I think it was Earl that gave it to us. So
yeah, it's a good book from what you say. I'm excited to read it sometime.
Yeah, it's really good. She's very open and vulnerable.
She's really honest in her songwriting, so I can imagine that she'd be honest in her storytelling and her biographying too.
Yes, so. Yeah, and just kind of open with her life, and I guess unapologetic about her choices, like kind of come what may. This is how I lived
it's nice to find comforting in other people's stories and in songs and in music. And I think that, getting back to the song for a minute, it's one of those songs. This is one of those songs that, even though I didn't technically know what the name was,
I still don't know. Yeah, but it's like O-O-H, which I would still consider an O, just an extended, like, oh.
How they chose to write it is interesting. But it's like, ooh, child. So it's one of those songs I didn't know who wrote it. Right. I didn't know the title of it.
The 5 stair steps.
But it's been with me so long in my life that I could never tell you when I didn't know the song.
Didn't know the song, yeah. And you know what? I don't think I ever knew. And here's the funny thing about this song. It is unique in the fact that I think I was trying to define what's the verse, what's the chorus. Is it two choruses? Because it's repeating over and over. Would you consider one a verse? Because isn't a chorus the repeating part? Or is it just one bit? I mean, it's definitely a change.
It's like, it's the same. The entire song is, in a sense, the same three chords if you look at it with a key change. So it basically is the same thing. And then either, I would consider the second part, the
someday part.
Someday. The chorus, because of the lift of the vocals.
To be the chorus.
And it's actually a key change. So like it goes up a minor third, which is an interesting key change. But it goes up a minor third, and then it does what I consider the chorus, and then it drops back down.
Then it travels back down, right? Exactly,
and it's interesting because, like, the way it sets up musically is that you have kind of a... It's kind of... starts off as a happy but, like, thoughtful progression anyway. It's a happy but thoughtful three chords.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Yes.
And
I only know how to play one of them.
It has an elusiveness to it because... it never really touches on the root of the chorus. So I resolved the song at the end of the song. I resolved it to an A, but like the chords in the verse are just D, C sharp minor, and B, basically. You know, B minor. Sorry, D, C sharp minor, B minor, which is like not a resolution. There's no resolution to it, but because of the key change when it goes to the chorus, I feel like it gives it hope.
Yeah,
you know, like we were talking about. So it's
it musically moves
lifts
into hope
up. It's
as
like,
well.
It's hopeful because of the lift of the chorus, and they achieve it through a key change.
Well, it's like,
but it has like a suspended feel to it.
It's a comfort. I'd say like the first verse, the first bit, the ooh child bit would be like a comfort. It's almost like walking alongside somebody and giving them a pat on the back and going, "Oh, it's gonna get better. Trust me, it's gonna get better." But then you cast a vision.
Yes.
It's more than things are going to get better, which can be considered a platitude. It's, you know what? We're going to make a plan. We're going to get together. We're going to go out. We're going to have some coffee. We're going to go walk in the park. We're going to, when your head's in a little bit better space, I'm not trying to drag you out of your winter, but when you're feeling better, let's go enjoy the sun together.
I think because of the...
it might be where I'm at to read that in it.
I think because of the key change, like when it goes up to the someday, it feels triumphant to me, like you're overcoming. Mm-hmm. You know, it has a really positive, like, let's do this type of thing.
Yeah.
And it feels really like arm in arm type of deal. Not just like, you know, someday you're going to do it on your own and I'll be watching from far away.
No, it's encouraging.
Like someday.
Together. Like, we'll get it together. We'll get it all done. Like all this stuff that's hard right now. When you're in a better headspace, I'm going to come over and we're going to figure this stuff out.
Like it.
I do too. I think it's very encouraging.
I like it. It's one of those songs that, you know, like I said, it's always been with me. Mm-hmm. And like, it's one of those songs that you sing to yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, not even know where it came from or why, but you could be outside, you know, you could be like working on something, be kind of bummed out, you know, things are breaking down, car's not starting, and you're like, you just sing it in your head, like, ooh, child. If you can encourage yourself, it's like one of those things, things are going to get easier, you know, and you're just kind of like, dude, it's like always there. It's like one of those, to me, this is what you would call a timeless classic because it transcends all audiences.
Right.
Like
it does.
You know, there's nobody that listens to this song, at least nobody that I want to know, that listens to a song like this and goes, ooh, that song?
Yeah.
Right, that song sucks.
I think it's one of the most hopeful songs. And I have it attached in my mind to specific spaces in my life. And one of them was our daughter used to watch this show. It was an Australian show called The Saddle Club, I believe. It was about these little girls who rode horses together. And of course there was a mean one. But they would all try to like keep everybody involved. And I think they got lost or something. I don't remember what happened, but they were out camping at night. And one of them was scared or felt lonely or something. And the other one started singing that song. Yeah. And I remember watching our daughter's reaction to this. And then she was humming the song around to herself, much like you said. after that point. And I wonder, is that her first interaction with it? But I like, that's ingrained in my head. And then also Russ used to sing this song fairly often. He said it's one of the top 10 most hopeful songs ever.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't ranked the most hopeful songs, so I couldn't.
Well, he did.
I couldn't attest to that.
He lists like that. So I'm just saying what he said.
Like, I find comfort in it. Like, I would find comfort in like a lullaby if I was a child. It soothes.
I like soothes. Soothes is easier to say than soothes.
It soothes your soul. It really does. It soothes your soul, and because of that, I think I would give it timeless classic status.
Yeah,
and high ranking in my own personal.
I make a motion that we change the English pronunciation of soothes to soothes.
Soothes.
Is the motion seconded?
No. Motion denied.